It's time to get your morning started with the news you need to know.
News update.
This is what's trending with DJ and PK. Hashtag NBA.
Mike Conley surveys the scene with 5 to shoot, pulls up on the triple, and drains it. Little late shot clock execution by Mike Conley. J-Mac brings the ball up the floor here for the Timberwolves. Monte Morris with a touch. Back out to Luka Garza. Big man's going to fire the three. Oh, the crowd loves that. They love Luka.
Did you really tell the locker room staffer in Denver you were going to be back for
Hell
Game
yeah. They know I was in there. Yeah, I told them. I said, I'll see y'all for Game 7.
Ooh, was that Anthony Edwards?
Big Ant, yeah.
What was the swear word?
You know what it was.
I couldn't tell, honestly.
There's 2 words in it. It might be the queen mother of them all.
Oh, the kind that David James uses
Yes.
when RSL loses?
Yes, the ones that we hear off the air all the time, yes.
He's off today. Well, he can bleep off today. Riley Jensen sitting in. What a wild morning. We'll get to that in golf here in a bit. What a wild game. Who would have thought the defending champions, Riley Jensen, lose by 70, 80, 130, 45 points? Holy freak. Have you ever seen such a thing?
You mean where a team decides in the second quarter that they're just going to go back home to try and win it?
That was weird, man. They're up 9-2 and then a 27-2 run. And that was all she wrote. Oh, my goodness. And, yeah, lose by that many. I mean, you can lose, but lose by that many? That's just incredible. Now, that forces Game 7 Sunday. We've got to find out what's going to happen with New York and the Pacers. If they have a Game 7, they've got Game 6 tonight. I'm hoping then that the Knicks close them out, so maybe it could be earlier in the day and not later at night on Sunday. So Jamal Murray nursing a right elbow injury he suffered in the loss. Hopes for improvement. Sunday, just 48 hours away, obviously. Man, how much do you believe in as we call the law of numbers in honor of Matt Harpring, that Murray was awful, couldn't throw it in the ocean or any of Minnesota's 10,000 lakes. But he's not that bad of a player, obviously. You buying any of that, so it'll return to more normal, and Denver still should be able to win on Sunday.
I kind of feel like they're still going to win.
Although
I'm totally pulling for Minnesota, and I don't have any ties to them other than I kind of just don't like Denver.
You don't like Denver?
Yeah, I'm a Utah boy. I don't like Colorado.
Yeah, I hate Colorado. I don't understand why they're part of the 48.
I understand why they're part of the 48. I don't see what's so great. I think that John Denver was full of crap.
John Denver was full of crap.
Dumb and Dumber line. Some Rocky Mountain High.
Yeah, there you go. Donovan.
This place is flat. It looks like Kansas.
Yeah, well, if you look one way, it does. It is Kansas. You can see Kansas in the rearview mirror as you're coming to Utah. How about that?
It's the same place.
Yeah. I think it's overrated in terms of its beauty.
Yeah.
I think here with the mountains right on top of us is far more beautiful.
Right.
And just more picturesque, I think.
Totally.
But I like their downtown area. But with Backcap Billionaire, we're going to transform downtown here. You know who Backcap Billionaire is?
You're talking about Ryan Smith, right?
Bingo. We tried out that nickname yesterday. We'll see if it goes.
Doesn't work?
I think it does because I thought of it. So in my mind, it's good. Donovan Mitchell disputed reports that he grew frustrated with some teammates. He posted, because they weren't playoff ready and all that stuff, and willingness to listen per Cleveland.com. Mitchell posted, I'm sick of y'all sometimes. Mitchell, get the freak off social media, son. My gosh, these people today, the truth stands on its own. You don't have to defend it. I mean, as long as the guys in the locker room and the management know, who cares if somebody in Cleveland or whatever, this stuff that was in Cleveland.com, it's for the fans. It's not for the people that really know. I don't understand why I guess maybe on this I can understand, but all that other stuff that he was getting all worked up about when he was here, it's coming through social media. You get what you get. I never respond to anybody, and I've had plenty of people take shots at me left and right on social media, but just let it go. But that's not who he is, and I think it's a generation of people, and if I was that age, I'd probably do the exact same thing. Let's move on, Yakamami, to the N-freaking-FL.
Hashtag NFL.
You can go back and forth on the numbers and whatnot, and that wasn't really the thing that was ever something I was extremely concerned with. It was the security and the no trade clause and all that stuff, knowing that all that was in there and feeling secure, and then knowing that I can now put that behind me and be excited about what's to come.
And the fact you are rich beyond your wildest dreams, man. Money, 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 and money. If that's what you want to call security, fine. I call it cash. $73 million signing bonus, $212 million extension. That's security, all right. It's money, my man.
That's generational security.
Yes. Little golfs to come. Man, they'll be playing a lot of golf when he gets older, that's for sure. Good for him, Detroit Lions quarterback, getting that 4-year, $212 million with $73 million. Even Uncle Sam could have his, and you'd still be rich. This is the largest signing bonus in NFL friggin' history. That's a double freak.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
But you know what?
What?
I don't think any of these guys have earned $73 million, but you do have to like Jared Goff's story. He was basically traded for nothing. He was basically like scapegoated for the reason why the LA Rams couldn't win. And he's kind of gone and retooled himself.
When he got there.
Yeah, it's not
a great story.
It's not like it's a storied program. It's a storied franchise that like all of a sudden he's
Calvin Johnson and Barry Sanders left because they sucked.
Right.
And the struggle that Jared Goff has had being born the son of a Major League Baseball player. The genetics were working against him.
I'm just talking about like there's been a lot of people that have been like pulling that were kind of against him and kind of felt like he couldn't play.
I understand.
And he still like had the resilience to.
Plus, he came on our show a couple years in a row when he was at Cal. And he was at Pac-12 Media, and he was easy to talk to, and you could play with him. So I was a fan of his, sitting right across from him a couple years, getting an opportunity to talk with him. So, yeah, I get what you're saying.
Would you turn it down? Would you turn it down? Would you turn down that money?
No.
Oh, okay.
Heck no.
I was just wondering. He's not going to either, it turns out.
I don't blame any one of them. I don't blame Great Osibor for getting $2 million to go lead the Washington Huskies to 14 wins
Great
next year.
Osibor is the highest paid college basketball player. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Hey, man, you never mess with another person's money. That's the way I was brought up. If you mess with my money, you know who you are? You're my enemy. And I don't make any apologies to that. And I know some people, I had a family member, oh, that's so sad. Yeah, shut up. That's so sad. Give me a break. I value my money and I protect it virtually at all costs. And if you don't like that, that's your problem. I'm speaking real here.
Well, that's just a way of you saying that you value your family and your loved ones.
Yeah, but it starts with me.
Oh, it starts with
you. There is another way of saying that. I get what you're saying. Xavier Worthy, Chiefs receiver.
I was trying to make you look good.
I don't worry about looking good when it comes to my money. I don't worry about looking good.
Yeah, but it starts with me, Riley. It starts with me.
I don't worry about looking good with my money.
Jackie doesn't get the money till I get the money.
Good point. Thank you. You said it well. I wish I had thought of that to say that myself. Xavier Worthy got his car stolen in KC. Reported stolen Monday around noon local time. And Worthy wasn't in the car when it was taken. Oh, my gosh. My father had a series of junk cars. We saw one time we went up to the high school when we were in New Jersey to throw the football around. 2 guys were in the car trying to steal it. We took off after them. You better
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
You wouldn't do that now.
They got out and ran, got in their car, and took off. All right, let's go to college football.
Hashtag college football.
Technically, everybody that we sign is a transfer. Everybody. Just the kids that we've signed this year were all transfers from high schools.
Right.
You know, there's a lot of people that talk about that, but we just do what we think's best for Clemson.
That's Clemson talking about the transfers. I guess they didn't have very many. They didn't bring very many on and all that stuff. Yeah, I heard him talk about that yesterday. But good for him. What does that mean? Can you get your program back on top to the level it was? Because you had a good run. You slipped a little bit. We'll see what's going on. EA Sports College Football 2025 set to be released on video game system July 19th. And the cover athletes for the reboot of the franchise are Texas QB Quinn Ewers, Colorado DB and wide receiver Travis Hunter, and Michigan running back Donovan Edwards. All right. I hope those guys get some cash for it. It's returning over a decade of being gone. Welcome back. Welcome back.
It was when I was playing college football, that was one of the things that was really fun. Didn't get paid for it, but you were on a video game. It was kind of cool.
I can imagine at that age.
And it was like when I was playing, Game Day 99 was one of the first games that came out that had like your name, image, and likeness. And we used to get together and like have parties with the guys, and we'd play with our team. Like, and you play against each other with your player, with you as the quarterback. It was fun. It was fun.
Understood. The Trojans, almost $20 million on Lincoln Riley in the 2022 calendar year federal tax returns obtained by USA Today show. Paid him nearly $10 million in base salary and was credited with almost $9.6 million in other reportable compensation, which school explained as related to a buyout they had to pay to Oklahoma. Oh my gosh, man. Almost $20 million. And what's his record against my guy, Mr. Tough Guy, Kyle Whittingham? You know what his record is?
Ofer?
0-3, and don't you forget it. The pretty boy can't beat the tough guy.
You think Kyle and Morgan Scalley will get a couple phone calls before, like, the Bears play anybody? Like, hey, what was your game plan against him? Because he never beat it. He never beat him.
Did not.
Just kidding. The NFL won't call.
Well, it depends on who you know.
They all think they have the answers.
Yeah. We'll see who you know. Maybe you may have some relationships there. We'll see. That's your college football. Let's move on to MLB.
Hashtag Major League Baseball.
Shakes, now nods. A 2-2. Launch left center field. Kirilloff back at the wall. It is gone. Goodbye. Anthony Volpe. Lead off smash for Volpe, and the Yankees immediately jump out to a 1-0 lead series finale in Minnesota.
Not full of faith. This ball is hit high and deep to center field. Outman going back. He won't get it. It's over his head and off the base of the wall. One run's home. Around to third is Espinal.
Oh, yeah.
And into second with an RBI double is Stuart Fairchild.
First pitch on the way. Hit hard on the ground right side. Base hit. It should give the Mets the lead. Here's Lindor around third. He'll come home to score standing. And on at first with an RBI single is J.D. Martinez. And the Mets have instantly regained the lead here in the 11th inning. It is 5-4 New York.
And the Mets beat the Phils in 11 innings. Just flicking back and forth, watching that. Ready for the Dodger-Cincinnati game. Cincinnati won that. Handed Glasgow a loss. Have you seen this guy? L.A. De La Cruz, yeah.
Dude, he's one of the guys that since I was a kid, there hasn't been a guy that, like, I kind of want to watch. So if I'm flipping through the channels and I see Cincinnati's playing, I'm like, oh, I think I'll watch until L.A. De Cruz plays.
He stole 4 bases.
Yeah, he's so fast. He's kind of a throwback in the way that he plays in some ways. It just feels like he's playing hard. It may not be true that he's playing hard, but it feels like he's playing hard.
Yeah, he's so smooth. He's like a jaguar when he's on the bases, man.
It's true.
And the way he runs, his body motion, it's like a thing of beauty to watch him take off and use those legs that look about 9 feet tall.
I think a jaguar is a really good, like, metaphor for him in the sense that, like, a lot of times you think like of a guy being like super fast, but he's also powerful.
Yeah.
You know?
It's smooth the way he runs. Mm-hmm. And it seems like he takes 3 strides and he's rounding first base. And, you know,
so fast.
He's obviously a foreign guy, and he wanted to relate more to the fans, so he learned English. He's been this his second year in the big leagues, and he can do press conferences now in English.
Good for him.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, when he did it, it was sounded really cool that he wanted to speak directly to the fans of Cincinnati and the fans of baseball.
He's a really good player.
Yeah. And you heard Anthony Volpe, early home run. This guy's Derek Jeter's successor. He's like 21, 22 years old. He's from Morristown, New Jersey, which is 5 minutes where I grew up.
Of course he's from New Jersey. Is everybody from New Jersey?
Everybody good, everybody worthy.
I mean, come on.
And how about that? That's got to be a dream come true, man. You're 30 miles away from Yankee Stadium, because I live 30 miles away, and he's like literally 5 minutes away. And now you're the shortstop for the Yankees. That's fantasy stuff right there.
Especially for his dad.
Sure, but I mean, for him too, no doubt about it. That it's just so amazing that he was able to do that. All right, that's some of your baseball as we head into the week. It was a light night. The Bees, they put it on Tacoma, 14-2. Yeah. Same 2 teams, the first pitch tonight, 8:05, they're on the road. Coverage here at 1280 with our guy Tony Parks. 1280 The Zone begins at 7:50. Let's go to DJ's Sport until he finds something better.
Hashtag RSL.
It's so funny.
Taking shots at DJ.
I'm taking truth. The Jazz come calling. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Just saying.
I mean, everybody's got a number.
Come on. Nothing wrong with RSL. I watch them. I watch them every game. They're 7-2-4, and they've only lost 1 game at home, right? And that was in March, the Colorado Rapids. Well, who do they play tomorrow at America First? They play the Colorado Rapids. We'll have Pablo Mastroeni. You know, Pablo Mastroeni and I went to the same high school in Phoenix.
Yeah, Thunderbird High School.
Yeah, there you go. So he'll join us at 8:30. They've had a busy week. They had a heartbreaking tie on Saturday. And I guess if you're soccer people, you're supposed to show people you know soccer so you can say draw. That somehow makes you sound more intelligent about the sport. But I'm going to call it what it is, tie.
Boots. Pitch.
And yeah.
You gotta have the vocabulary.
I don't try to fake
You gotta have the vocabulary.
I don't try to fake impress. So,
okay.
First kick is at 7:30. And pre-match show, 6:30. You doing it, Yak?
I will be there.
Oh, Yak. He does it with some lady and some guy who has an accent.
Lauren and Sveno.
I listen.
Yeah, you do. I know.
So we'll talk to our guy Pablo Mastroeni in just about an hour, a little over that. And your Royals take on North Carolina. The North Carolina Courage. 6 p.m. Pre-game begins at 5:30 on our station, 1280 AM. All right, let's move up to let's do hockey next, and then we'll save the story of the day for last.
Hashtag NHL.
Rangers doubling it here. Rembrandt, they score! They score! The Rangers lead it 4-3.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Chris Kreider with a hat trick. He has scored 3 consecutive goals.
On the far boards prevent the Oilers from transitioning, and Hyman gave it away to Myers at center. He'll flip it back into the Edmonton zone. Lindholm's after it right wing. Bottom of the circle. Centering pass. Pass off a skate. Rebound. They score! T. Miller!
That's your hockey right there. You got the Rangers eliminating the Carolina Hurricanes.
The Hurricanes, yes. The Hurricanes.
5-3. You had the play-by-play and the color analysts both hit puberty during that goal.
I loved it.
Yak, the guy we got to get on is Josh Doan. He's got to be ours. Put in a claim now. I don't want the besties or anybody else beating us out. It's got to be. The guy's from Phoenix. I listened to the thing that Stevens did 18 minutes. Well, but you got a better chance than I do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. I got many years on you. So the Vancouver Canucks took a 3-2 lead over the Edmonton Oilers, and they won 3-2. And tonight, it is the Panthers and the Bruins. Florida's up 3-2, and the Stars and the Avalanche. And Dallas trying to put away the team that Riley Jensen hates because they're in Denver. The Avs.
Yeah, who likes them? They play in
John Elway.
Kansas.
Maybe
You're not wrong.
Well, the airport's in Kansas. They play in Denver.
Tornadoes.
It's pretty much Western.
You might as well call them the Tornadoes.
That's
so
at 8
flat
o'clock.
in Denver.
Those games. Well, it is to the east, not to the others. Just
I know, but I mean, might as well be the Colorado Tornadoes.
Look at you. Your Utah pride shining through. All right.
I can't stand Colorado.
Let's get to the felon.
#golf.
Guys. Dude, step back. Back up, or you I'm back. Step back. I'm back. Guys.
What do we do?
I'm staying back.
Here's the thing.
Right now, he's going to jail. Okay? He's going to jail, and it ain't nothing you can do about it. Period. There's nothing you can do about it.
Okay.
Okay. Now, do you have a question?
I'm media. I'm a reporter.
Okay.
So that's all.
That's fine.
I just want to make sure that's
okay.
known.
But you need to step back over here now.
No problem. You got it.
Okay.
Was that Jeff Darlington?
That was Jeff Darlington.
So
from
ESPN reporter Jeff Darlington, he witnessed the incident. Now, what is the incident? Oh, just that the world's #1 golfer, Scottie Scheffler, he was arrested by the Louisville Metro Police this morning trying to drive to the entrance of Valhalla Golf Club. If you haven't heard, there was some sort of accident up ahead, and he was in the car. He wasn't in the car in the accident, but he was trying to drive around the crash scene on the median.
Yeah, there was an auto pedestrian fatality. Yeah. They'd cordoned off. Apparently, multiple other players had done what Scheffler attempted to do, but for whatever reason, some juicehead cop decided to.
Ooh, juicehead cop!
Decided to arrest him.
Oh, man. Golf profiling here.
Why the name calling?
Juicehead cop. JHC. And there's a picture that has been released. I'm looking at it right now of freaking Scottie Scheffler in prison garb, and he is in a mugshot. I assume that's a jumpsuit.
It's a jumpsuit, yeah.
It's just the wildest story that I've ever heard.
Dude, by the way, Twitter is undefeated this morning. The memes going around, the whole name of Valhalla, the whole name, like, of him getting into a van and him coming out of a van for the first round of the golf tournament. I mean, I don't know all the details of this. Well, I mean, the charges are fairly serious.
Second-degree assault of a police officer. By the way, one of the owners of Valhalla Golf Club actually picked Scheffler up himself and got him back to the course. There's video of him on ESPN Plus showing up. He's got an hour to get ready to tee off here, it looks like.
Did they delay the start?
They delayed the start due to the weather.
The weather.
The weather and also that fatality.
Well, it's going to be tough to play in
it was an hour and 20-minute
ankle
delay.
cuffs.
Oh, I thought it was a delay. I thought it was a delay because of him.
He's wandering up in shackles.
I don't know. Listen. I love the mental game. If Scottie Scheffler comes out and kills it today, he's the most mentally tough athlete ever.
I wouldn't use that word.
What?
If he plays well.
If he plays tough? What did I say?
Kills.
Oh, if he kills it.
Well, you're right. But if he's able to go out there and do what we think he can do as the world #1, that would be the ultimate test.
It would be the ultimate in like mental toughness. If he, I mean, I can't even imagine what a circus he feels. Apparently he turned over to Darlington and said, "Please help me." Well, he said, "Please help me."
Did you hear what Darlington was asked after this? The police asked Darlington, "Hey, who did we just arrest?"
Well, clearly they didn't know.
You don't know who this is. Like, this is the one moment Scottie Scheffler should have said, "Do you know who I am?"
Oh, I'm glad he didn't.
Yeah.
I hate that when I hear that people say, "Do you know who I am?" Although there are some details to this that I don't understand. Apparently, I was watching it just before I came in here this morning. He carried the police officer for 10 yards on his car before he came to a stop. I mean, I'm sorry, but if somebody's on my car hanging, I stop long before 10 yards.
Probably stop a little earlier, yes.
So, and then apparently the cop tried to pull him out of the car. I mean, dude.
Yeah.
This could
the
not
officer
have
reached
been...
inside the vehicle to open the door, and once Scheffler was pulled out, he was pushed against the car and placed in cuffs. This is, yeah.
I mean, 10 yards. I mean, listen, people are like, oh, 10 yards, that's not that far. Dude, it's 30 feet.
Approximately. Glad to see you knew the conversion.
I know, but 30 feet, you're driving your car for 30 feet before you stopped.
But here's the thing. The multiple reports from the people down there at Valhalla said that multiple other players had done the same maneuver that Scheffler was doing. So why, in this case, is the officer taking exception?
Because he's a juice
maybe
head.
he got sick of all these golfers
He's
just
not
driving
Juice
past.
World. He's Juice Head.
Maybe there's plenty of guys that have been, waving themselves through, and he's like, not today.
Oh, it's
not
obvious
today.
they were profiling. Look at freaking Scheffler.
Oh, yes, yeah. Look at the world's most assuming number.
Come
He
on.
is bearded today.
Right,
He
yeah.
does, Jake.
He looks
You
nasty.
know how we feel about people with beards.
Yeah, I know.
There you go. People. I like it. Don't be gender specific. Nice.
I try.
What is Trending is brought to you by Shamrock Plumbing. There's no job too big or too small to get the personal touch with Shamrock Plumbing. Coming up, man, we have Bob Casper talk about his guy. I think Casper ought to do time with him. And then Pablo Mastrioni at 8:30, 9 o'clock. We're going to do some Black Desert Golf. You all been down there? You played that? Director of Championship Events at Black Desert Golf, David Viveros, will join us. Stay with us right here on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Now let's get this party started.
This is Hans Olsen and Scotty G.
There are a couple of reasons that I didn't become a doctor.
Same reasons you didn't become a paleontologist.
Why do you crack a smile and then make a joke?
I'm just saying, there's a couple of reasons I wasn't a lawyer. Number one, the LSAT scared me. Number two, I thought I'd fail miserably. And number three, I didn't think I was smart enough. So yeah, there are just a couple of reasons why I didn't become a lawyer.
Can I make a point without you attacking me?
I'm not attacking you. You've never talked about wanting to be a doctor before. To me, this seems like you were just right on the cusp of going to medical school, and then just these one or two little things came up and made you think, no, I'm not going to do that.
Doctor?
Doctor? Doctor?
Can you not attack me? It bugs me when you do that.
Doctor? Doctor? Doctor?
Stop playing that.
And doctor. Well, we miss anyone?
Catch Hans and Scotty weekdays from noon to 3 on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
There's Marina Del Rey. Oh, man, I love this tune. Band of the day. We'll get to that. It's my band. I've seen them like 15 times. I'm a freak. Hot Takes or Toast is brought to you by Siegfried and Jensen with 30 years of serving Utah. Scottie Scheffler is on the phone with Ned right now. Let's do Brown-Eyed Girl, Sweet Caroline. Saturday night. Scottie Scheffler arrested. He's now at the range, warming up. His tee time is a little bit of rain there in Kentucky, and his tee time is about 30 minutes away. And it's a sad story because worker, one of our vendors, was tragically struck by a shuttle bus and was killed. Scheffler tees off in 28 minutes. And so that's the PGA of America. We're looking at it right now. We're looking at the Scottie Scheffler getting his warm-up swings in his orange jumpsuit.
He's a half an hour away from tee time. Hey, Scotty, how did your morning go getting ready for the second round of the PGA? My morning was a little off, guys.
It's got breaking news from someone. I have obtained a picture of the officer that arrested Scottie Scheffler. And you know who that is?
No.
That is the leader, Scheffler.
That guy right there.
Who shot a 62 yesterday. Tiger Woods picking up Scottie Scheffler at the Louisville Police Department. And look who it is, calling him Big Dog.
Oh, jeez.
It's Tiger, who's had a few situations himself. And Scottie Scheffler headed to the first tee after he got released from jail, Riley.
Those are some of the ones I saw this morning.
It is the slow speed chase up the 405 at the White Bronco. with the police right behind him.
So awesome.
Oh, brother. And they got the video on it, all sorts of stuff here. And Jeff Darlington was the reporter. He saw it, he witnessed it, and somebody put a guy named Jerry Thornton where Scotty's being hauled off in the police vehicle with multiple flashing car lights and stuff. Rest easy, citizens. The dangerous fugitive, Scottie Scheffler, has been taken into custody and will be brought to justice. You're all safe now. I don't think I've ever seen a story like this. Scottie Scheffler trying to drive through the median, and it's somebody on a Zamboni. Scottie Scheffler's entrance on the first tee.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Some wrestling
That one's
thing.
awesome.
I'm not a big wrestler, but it's somebody who's got his face all painted and is got all sorts of cuffs on him on that. Wow, this is not the kind of publicity you want out of golf, but it's the kind of publicity that you got out of golf. Now, I mean, what should happen?
Fire everyone.
So I mean, I don't have enough details to know. You know, when you're a police, though, I mean, it just seems like the adrenaline is just flowing overtime, and I couldn't imagine. I've never done that anymore. I used to. Who is Annie Moore? Some type of reporter? Yeah, I'm looking at it. She is. I guess she used to be. And has some experience in this type of thing. And she says, I used to go through the Louisville Metro booking logs as a random aspect of my old job in the newsroom. 99% of booking photos are in the clothes they were arrested in. So when I tell you they made that man put on the orange jumpsuit just for the picture, it was just for the picture. I mean, he literally is pictured in an orange jumpsuit. And wow, I really don't know that I have ever experienced anything like this. And the committee decides that his personal tee time was pushed back, though. I don't think it was necessarily due to the weather.
No, they had delayed all tee times by an hour and 20 minutes due to the fatality outside the gates.
But it says committee decides that exceptional circumstances prevented you from starting on time. Under this provision, there is no breach of rule.
Sure, and he's got 24 minutes according to the timer I'm seeing up here on the TV here, and it is an absolute downpour in Louisville right now.
Yeah, you can see it. When you can see the
on
rain
the camera,
coming down like that, because he's at the range right now, loosening up, and there's a PGA Tour official standing by him. The caddy has got a big umbrella. There's fans watching. Yeah, so I don't know how they're going to continue to play this in the rain like this. But this is a wild story. Did you see what he did yesterday? So he tees off late. So Scheffler had already pretty much shot to 62, I think, by the time that Scheffler took the course. So it's a par 4 of the first one. Hits his drive down the middle like they do, blah, blah, blah. And then he's got a short iron into the green, and he drops it. Eagle. That's how he started. Yeah. So you've got this situation going on here.
It's fascinating just watching him warm up right now. Like, all I can think about is like the hundreds and thousands of thoughts that are going through his head right now. Like, I can't believe that freaking happened.
Yeah, he's got a smile on his face right now talking with an official. And there's you got the media flashing. The guy's got a huge camera there taking pictures. And then you got a few others standing there behind him taking cell phone type pictures. And folks are watching him warm up. The swing looks the same.
Yeah, it looks good.
We're talking about. I was talking about that with Brian Taylor yesterday. You know, if I can really hone in on the concentration, I'm halfway decent. But the problem is my mind wanders so much, and I start thinking about so many different things. And golf is one of these things that you have to have the mental intensity. It's pretty much like any sport, really. But because there's not really the heat of the moment in golf. You know what I mean? It's not like, well, you got 3 linebackers chasing you or something, and you got to make a play. It's you're at your pace, and you have got to be so intense. That's the thing that all these guys that we see them play. And Tiger had the intensity that you just knew somehow he was going to will that putt into the cup. And these guys at this level are able to do it at such a phenomenal ability. I had heard that when Phil Mickelson was getting older, his mind, it was harder for him to concentrate. So he was like approaching 50. I think he turns 53, 54 here next month. His birthday's usually right around U.S. Open in June. And he was talking to help him with his concentration when he'd go out to work on his game and actually play. He would play 36 holes so he could feel the fatigue and find ways to concentrate through it. So the point I'm making here is it'll be interesting to see how Scheffler plays, having gone through all this, to see how much he can maintain his concentration and not have his mind wander about other stuff.
No, that's the amazing thing about golf, regardless of having a morning like he's had.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yes, exactly. Yes.
I think I've read the statistics. I work with quite a few golfers, but I think the statistics, the actual hitting of the ball, like from when you line yourself up, is somewhere between 5.5 to 7 minutes of hitting the ball.
The entire round.
The entire round. And then you spend 4.5 hours thinking about it. Yeah. Each one of those shots.
It's as big of a mental endurance as you can speak more to this rather than most sports out there. It's just because you're constantly thinking about it.
And the amount of focus that you have to be able to keep yourself dialed in on every single shot is incredible.
That's what I'm talking about.
And that's why it lends to my profession in mental performance, is because how do I do that?
Riley Jensen sitting in, mental health performance coach. He's going to be with us today and Monday. And we've got, at the top of the hour, Bob Casper coming up. We'll talk to him about it. But next, it lends to your field of expertise on how you do that. Well, let's find out how you do that. What can Scheffler do to overcome what's going through his mind? Stay with us right here on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Your home for Real Salt Lake is right here on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
RSL, winner of back-to-back home games and unbeaten in their last 9 games, will host the only team to defeat them in Utah this year. The Colorado Rapids return Saturday night, first kick 7:30, pregame show at 6:30, right here on the Zone.
Catch every moment of every RSL match right here on your exclusive home of Real Salt Lake. 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
The band of the day is Old Dominion. Hey, girl, what's up? And it's brought to you by Live Nation. For all the live concerts and events in 2024, check out livenation.com. This is my group, Riley. I've seen
Jersey Strong is a cowboy fan. He's a country music fan.
Who the heck is Jersey Strong?
Jersey boy, you.
Oh, yeah. Well, this isn't country. To tell him that it's over.
It's not country?
Bring it on over.
What is it? It's not country?
Stringing him along.
It's pop music.
Yeah, well, they recorded in Nashville, so it's country. This is, you know what this is?
He's got a twang to him.
This is early Eagles. And the Eagles growing up were my favorite band. And this is just country rock.
Country rock?
Yeah.
It's country music.
It's country rock.
It's country music. Admit it. You listen to country music.
Okay, if you don't stop,
okay.
I'm the Louisville Police and you're Scottie Scheffler. To be keeping us apart. Tell him, it's you. It ain't him.
Dude, there's just something, Jake, there's something that I just love about Jersey Strong, Mr. Jersey guy, like doing a little two-step with Jackie at Old Dominion.
Okay, here's the thing,
at Old Dominion, dude.
Yesterday, so the ACMs happened last night.
Yeah, and they won again.
And they were named Group of the Year.
Right,
and I'm looking at band of the day options. I'm like, do I really want to go with these guys? I'm like, you know what? I got to. And I knew because I said every time I play one of these bump backs, PK is going to be singing. That's what's going to happen all morning long.
Does Jackie like old Dominion?
Oh, absolutely, man.
Dude, we're
hardcore.
And you know what the problem is? My wife, she told me she loves country. I actually, there's a whole bunch of music that I like, but like anytime I'm on vacation, anytime, like my kids have even asked, they're like, how come we always listen to country music when we're on vacation? I'm like, because this is like vacation music, right? Like this
Puts
is
you in a good mood.
It does. It puts me in a good mood. But my wife is like old school country.
I'm not old school.
She's
We're
like
talking
Johnny Cash.
Merle Haggard.
Yes. And I'm like, see, this is just another case where we just barely miss.
So
I'd be going to all the country music, like all the country bands. I'd be going to all the concerts, just like you're doing, if we were even on the same page.
Riley, that's the country I was raised on, and I did not like it at all. So
I don't like it either. So I don't like the old school stuff.
I'm more in PK's vein, where I kind of came of age and started listening to the more of the poppy.
No, I was like converted in the '90s when like Tim McGraw and Shania Twain,
Rascal Flatts came along.
Yeah, they made it into the poppy type country.
Yeah, that's
like sinful to say to like a true country music.
Trust me,
I'm not authentic.
Yeah, neither am I.
It's country rock. I've seen these guys 3 times in the last 12 months in 3 different states.
That is a true story.
Colorado, Utah, and Maui.
You went to Kansas to watch them?
Went to Maui. Went to Maui to watch.
No, Maui's a good idea.
In January.
Why did you go to Colorado, of all places that you could go?
It was last year. It was 51 weeks ago. We went to Red Rocks, the finest outdoor amphitheater in the land. And they were playing at Red Rocks. And you know who got up and sang with them in the encore?
Who?
Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning sings about as good as you do.
Peyton Manning has actually cut music. He had a single out with Chesney.
Yeah, he was like talking.
No, he was jamming.
No, he can't sing.
Don't be jealous.
I'm not jealous.
You are too. You're jealous.
Listen, there's a lot of things that I'm jealous of about Peyton Manning. It's not his singing.
Have your mental focus. Tell us, before we go to break, how does Scottie Scheffler maintain his focus today, knowing that he's facing 10 to 20?
Facing 10 to 20.
I didn't say 10 to 20 minutes,
now that you
10
put
to
it
20
that
days,
way,
10 to 20
now
months.
you put it that way, that's some serious.
We do have a statement from his lawyer, by the way.
He's trending right now. He's the #1 trending. Yeah, the statement. This morning I was proceeding as directed.
Well, that's from Scottie. The one from his lawyer is even more vociferous.
By police officers. It was a very chaotic situation, understandably so, considering the tragic accident that occurred earlier. It was a big misunderstanding of what I thought I was being asked to. I never intended to disregard any of the instructions. I'm hopeful to put this to the side and focus on golf today. And, of course, he expresses deep sympathies because somebody died.
Right.
This is a serious issue. What did his lawyer say?
So the lawyer essentially kind of said the same thing, but then adds this, says he was proceeding as directed by another traffic officer and driving a marked player's vehicle with credentials visible.
Yeah, it was.
In the confusion, Scottie is alleged to have disregarded a different officer's traffic signals, resulting in these charges. Multiple eyewitnesses have confirmed that he did not do anything wrong, but was simply proceeding as directed. He stopped immediately upon being directed to and never at any point assaulted any officer with his vehicle. We'll litigate this matter as needed, and he'll be completely exonerated, unquote.
Now, go ahead and you got the tweet up from the Day Ruiner? Go ahead and read it. Well, find it.
Find it.
Come on, read the tweet by the Day Ruiner. And Riley, tell us how Scottie can maintain focus.
Well, I mean, I honestly, I think this would be a really difficult situation. The thing that I would say is there's literally hundreds of things that need to go right on every single stroke for you to hit a good golf shot. It would be to reduce everything to something very, very simple and actionable. So if he's on a drive and it's keep your head down and have good pace on your swing, those should be the only 2 things that you concentrate on. And you just get hyper-focused on 1 or 2 things on every single stroke. Because there's no way he's going to be able to manage. Well, there are some ways, but it'd be very, very difficult to control your mind from wandering to the day's events in between each shot. And so just getting hyper-focused on one or two things that are actionable on every shot.
I like it. One or two things. Maybe he'll have height in concentration. Maybe it'll work to his advantage somehow.
Sometimes it does.
Okay.
One of the things that happens, you talk about the Michael Jordan flu game, or you talk about, is it Willis Reed that played amazing in the basketball game with an injury?
Right.
One of the things that happens is sometimes a hyper-focus takes place because you can't really worry about all the other distractions at that point. It's just like it's too overwhelming to even think about all the other things that are going on. And so all you do is focus on the basics because that's all you feel like you can do. And that's why some hyper-focus can take place. And some really good performances have taken place when athletes have been sick or injured because it's too much to manage in their minds. And so all they do is simplify, and it becomes really, really powerful mentally.
All right, Bob Casper coming up next. Stay with us right here on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.